All right. Good morning, guys. Just a second. All right. So let's see how this is going. All right. Good morning, guys. Today is Friday, February 7th. So just looking at what we have here on the charts is we have so on the for US 30 again on the 15-minute and 30 time frames, I do not trade these time frames. However, you can see here we have a 15-minute entry, possible 15-minute entry here. However, the entry or this rejection zone is around a zone or no man's land. So there's no supply, there's neither supply nor demand. So nothing here on the 15-minute and on the 30. And just keep in mind this morning we had NFP. This is gold as well, so no entry here. There was a buy here on gold. That's if you do trade the 15-minute time frame. There was this particular buy that was right here. So this one you'd have had like a $10. Let's see if you'd have survived that spike. You'd have had a $10 TP and stop loss. I'm sorry, this one was for a buy, not for a sell. So this one you'd have had a $10. So that your stop loss would have been below. And let's see if we were in a demand zone actually for this trade. And this was the NFP candle. Definitely, I don't recommend trading news or the news candle, but let's see if there was even an entry here. Uh, Still loading. Anyway, as we wait for that to load, let's see what zones we had there. This is taking a little too far. But anyway, on the 1 hour time frame, we don't have any entries right now, which is normally the time frame that I like trading, the 1 hour. On the 4 hour time frame, we do not have any entries based off of where price is at. US 30 has formed this rejection area here. However, price, right, again, once we turn on the zones indicator, price, this rejection area here, this 4 hour sell rejection, it's not in a demand zone, so we wouldn't be looking to, or I wouldn't be looking to catch that. So the only rejection area I'll probably be looking to catch is this daily sell area here at 44,190. So right there, there's nothing really. Yeah, so even for this gold buy early on the 15-minute time frame, price wasn't in a demand zone, so that rejection area wasn't in a demand zone. So 1 hour time frame, nothing. 4 hour time frame. So 1 hour time frame, if this hourly candle, so we have 20 minutes for this hourly candle to close. So if we get a push back down on this hourly candle and closure below this 4 hour rejection area, I'll be taking a sell on gold. But if we close above, gold can continue being will probably continue being bullish. So right now, I don't see anything for gold on the hourly time frame. For the 4 hour time frame, I did send out. So if you guys remember yesterday during the live session, we talked about this trade right here, right? And I did send this trade out as a trade idea in the Discord. However, I did mention that I wasn't. So this is when I sent it yesterday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. So the trade validated here, and I said you'd ideally set a pending order because remember we got a rejection of the rejection candle off of the SAR level. We were in a demand zone, and there were no order blocks around any of the entry or around the rejection area. But I did say my maximum stop loss that I like for gold is 300 pips. So even with this stop loss on that setup, it's slightly above another rejection area. So if you look at where the $30 stop loss or 300 pips stop loss on gold would have been literally above this 4 hour buy rejection area. So knowing that, and also knowing that today was NFP, personally, I didn't set a pending buy order. But even if you did, because ideally what you want once you set your pending order, you want price to come in and tap you in first before going in your direction. However, on this particular trade, we did not have that. So price did not tap in this trade before going up. But anyway, gold ended up being bullish, and this is to be expected, especially during heavy news days such as NFP. But unfortunately, we didn't get that tap yesterday. So, and even then, so here's the other thing, right? I always mention if you set your pending order and price goes against you, like or goes in your favor, like 50% of your take profit before retracing, at that point you just go ahead and cancel your pending order because price would have already started going in your direction even without tapping you in. So remember, it's not every time price doesn't have to tap your pending order always. But right, sometimes it can just go straight in your direction without even tapping you in. So that's just one thing to keep in mind there. All right. So on the daily time frame, there is this pending order. So personally, I have a pending sell order on US 30 at 45,034 because this is again on the daily candle. So I also went over this yesterday, and I did mention that if the daily candle closed with this rejection from the upside here, I would be setting a pending sell order. So I have a pending sell order on US 30 on the daily time frame at 45,034 with a 700 point stop loss, 700 point TP. So that's a pretty wide TP and stop loss for US 30. So that's a nice setup right there. So we'll see how this hourly candle closes on gold. I really hope we do get a rejection to the downside so that we can preferably take this sell on gold. But I would need this candle to come back all the way back down and close below this. And if it does that, this would be a triple confluence and actually would be A plus setup. The reason for that is we would get a sell entry here. Price would be would get a rejection entry. Price would be in a supply zone, and also we would have an order block that's moving in our direction. So you see this hourly bearish high and low order block right there. So this ideally would be an A plus setup, but this hourly candle has to come all the way back down and close below this rejection area that's right there. But we'll see if we do get that. I'll share the other screen that has the trendline and SAR strategy so that we see if there are any entries right there. So let's see. So this is the other candle. I'm sorry, the other chart. And let's see if we, so for US 30, nothing really here for the trendline and SAR entry. Just a second. Okay. Nothing for US 30 for a buy, nothing for US 30 for a sell. For gold, we are past the what is this? We are past the support, I'm sorry, the resistance line and also the support line on both the 15-minute and 30-minute time frames. And then for gold, again, no sell entries for gold. For BTC, so prices around the resistance line on the 15-minute and also on the 30-minute. But also we are tapping into this bullish order block for our bullish order block. Here for US, for the hourly time frames, for BTC gold and for US 30 gold and BTC, no entries. And on the hourly, no entries as well on the 4-hour time frame, and no entries as well on the, let's see, on the daily time frame. The daily time frame, what do we have? On the daily time frame, nothing as well here. So I'll go back to the other screen, and then let's see if we do get the hourly entry for US 30. So if this hourly candle does not close below, so I need this candle to close below, this hourly candle to close below 28.72 within the next 14 minutes. If we don't get a closure below then that will be it for today's live session. Yeah, that will be it for today's live session, because I also said that normally on Fridays, I want to take my last trade latest at like 11 a.m. or 12 noon. So if we don't get any setup before then I'm not looking to take any trades. So overall, this has been a winning week. We only took, or personally, I took one trade and it was a winner. So made 1% on that trade. That was the gold sell from like 2 days ago, and we went over it yesterday. So yeah, so this week I've literally only taken one trade, and that trade has been a winner. So not really looking to force anything. And I'm still working on creating that handbook or document that goes over all the entries, or that goes over the entries, all these entries, so that you guys are able to trade whether I'm on the live stream or not. So hoping to complete that handbook, or the version 1 of that handbook, over the next 2 or 3 weeks. And then I will share it with you guys. So I'll just stay on the stream for 13 more minutes and see if we do get that entry. All right. Let's see. For see, this would be US. Never mind. Yeah, and I'm not even sure if this hourly gold candle will close below this. It's pretty bullish. Oh, here there was a gold buy here. So if you guys can see this zone, there was a gold entry here for a buy, right? So let's analyze how this trade would have gone. All right. So if we go ahead and apply the bar replay tool, if we go ahead and apply the bar replay tool, and we go to where that trade was, so this was yesterday. Okay. So I just need to replay just this bar. All right. So for this bar, let's see how this trade would have played out. So for this, let me put the confluences right here. See. Put the confluences right here. So number one, we have the rejection candle. So we created that SAR rejection level, and then we had a candle that rejected and closed above it. So confluence number one met. So since here we're looking for a buy, what are we looking for? So we are looking for this area to have demand, right? So to have green. So if we turn on the zones indicator here, we would want to see a green zone. So you can see that's what we have here. We have a green zone, and again, it's separated from the supply zone up there. So there's no overlapping. So the only overlap is this creeping supply zone to the left. But keep in mind, we really do not care about the zones that are going candle to candle. We are concerned more about the zones that go all the way to the right, and not the ones that are creeping in candle by candle. So we know we are in a demand zone as well. So in here, you'd go ahead and set a pending order. Here, a pending buy order. So this pending buy order would have had a $10. So you go ahead and round up. So you'd have had a $10 TP and stop loss. And then you go ahead and set that pending order there. And you can see this trade would have gone straight to TP. I don't know how I missed this trade. Honestly, I do not understand how I missed this trade, but interesting. Yeah. So this was an amazing trade right here. Honestly, I do. Why didn't? Hmm. Uh, huh. Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to figure out why I missed this trade. But anyway, it is what it is. But this would have been such a nice win right here. But yeah, so this would have been a nice SAR levels rejection. So for most of these trades, especially if you're trading on the hourly, like you have to remember to check the charts like every hour, every hour, every hour. So I think I just forgot to check the chart like at the top of the hour, but it is what it is. So looks like gold is coming back down. Let's see if we do get a closure below. So we have 7 more minutes. So gold is pushing down. So hopefully we do get a closure below this zone. But on the other hand, keep in mind that it is Friday, and we can easily, price can easily keep going to the upside before even coming back down. So just keep an eye out for that. So just know that it's Friday, and you probably, if this trade does validate, you probably want to have a wider stop loss. So TradingView gives us like a $10 stop loss. So best to go for a maybe $15 stop loss. And given that it's Friday, a $20 stop loss. That's much better. Yeah. So I think this one would be a better one. That's if we get validation for this particular trade right here. All right. So 5 more minutes before this trade either validates or invalidates. Mm. Hmm. Or I think, see, when you're back testing with the zones indicator, sometimes you don't get. Actually, I remember why I didn't take this trade. This buy trade that's down here, the one I just went through. Um, because when this candle actually closed, this zone didn't have any green. So the issue with backtesting using the zones indicator, sometimes you're not really seeing what happened when the candle actually closed. But if I remember, now that I remember correctly, when this 8 a.m. candle closed, this zone got deprecated. So actually, this was in a no man's, or this ended up being no man's land, because this area was only white. We didn't have this area of green, and that's ideally the reason why I didn't take that trade, because I was looking at it and I'm almost sure I was looking at the charts like around then. But that was the reason why I didn't take that buy. Yeah, so when you're backtesting using the zones indicator, sometimes the zones you'll see using the bar replay tool, because you have to keep in mind, like when the hourly candle closes, you have a change, you have an adjustment in the zones. So yeah, now that I remember, when the zones, well, I'm sorry, when the hourly candle closed, that demand zone that we are seeing or we just saw in there got deprecated. So we are trying to see if we want this to close below here so that we can take that sell on US 30. I'm sorry, on gold. But we have to close below, what is this zone? We have to close below 2872, 380 in order to take that sell or to set that pending order. So we'll start seeing how the market is pushing. And so what I'll do here is I'll start setting or getting ready to set my pending orders here. So that's a $20 stop loss and TP. And let's see, because this entry might happen so fast if it validates. So let's make sure that we are still in the zones. Perfect. We don't have any overlap so far in the zones, so that's good. Let's see. I don't think it's going to validate, but I just want to be ready if and when it does. Uh, yeah, risking. Uh, I don't think it's going to validate, but just in case it does. This should be +10. Okay. So 1 minute. So let's see what happens in 1 minute. So I have my 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 accounts set up just in case it happens pretty quickly. I have my account set up for that pending order, but I haven't set it yet. So remember, this candle has to close below 2872. So the pending order would be at 2872.4. If that doesn't happen, then of course we just call it a day and we'll just wait for the next area. Remember, US 30, I have a pending sell limit on the daily time frame here at 45,034. So that can happen as well later on today. So gold here, I don't think we'll push down in the next 20 seconds. So I think gold will keep being bullish for the rest of the day. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, gold. Yeah, it's not going to push down in the next 4 seconds. But yeah, so that will be it for today's live session. I was really hoping we get that entry on gold, but unfortunately there is nothing there. So this is invalidated. So we just have to wait till the next time. But so that should be it for today. I will see you guys next week for another trading week. You guys have an amazing weekend. Don't forget to decompress and just keep backtesting and revising any strategies that you do have. But other than that, I will see you guys next week. All right, guys.